Well, hey there, loyal Golf Kingdom subjects. Welcome to another great episode of our show. And we're showing up at the golf course right now. Yeah, we're going to get out on the golf course today and look at a lot of cool things to help your game. But as always, we're going to start off with our blueprint. Let's look at what our blueprint talks about here in the Golf Kingdom today. We're going to start off by going back into the studio with our blueprint and give you a Build It segment. Then a KISS segment right back here at the golf course on how to deal with aerified greens. Yeah, when the greens are punched, what do you do? And then our pop culture segment back there in the studio. After that, it's back out to the golf course. We're going to look at bunker play. Yeah, how do you know where the ball is going to fly in the bunker when you hit it? That's a key thing. After that, we're going to ask ourselves, do you know what to do with your rangefinder and how to use it on the golf course correctly? And then it's a bonus KISS segment. Yeah, we're going to come right back here to the bag drop and talk about what do you do in this situation. As always, we're going to close with a time to rise. Are you ready to go? Because it's time to build here in the Golf Kingdom.
Welcome to the #1 golf variety show in the world, the Golf Kingdom. Are you ready to build your game? Here's your host, Rob Strano.
Well, we're back in studio and we're starting the show. Welcome to another great edition of the Golf Kingdom. And it's our Build It segment to start off. And I've got two things we're going to work on right off the bat to help you have better impact. So if you can cross your T's and dot your I's with your golf swing, you're going to be in pretty good shape to hit a golf ball. So let's talk about what do I mean by cross your T's and dot your I's. We know it's important when you're signing documents or when you're trying to do things the right way and you're making sure things are perfect. Well, impact's got to kind of be perfect. So some of the errors we see in golf, and let's come to the big view here. So some of the errors we see in golf are when we come to impact, we get flippy hands coming through and the body stops as we come down. So an error would be if you're looking at your video and you come down, when the club is supposed to be parallel to the ground, the butt of the club should be on your trail leg right here. So if you come down and your hands are here and the club looks like that, that would be an error that would lead to impact that would look like this. That would not be dotting your I and crossing your T. Let's talk about the crossing the T part first, okay? So I've got our American flag front and center here on the set. I'm going to use that to help us see crossing your T as you swing down. So when you swing back, you want to swing back. And as I come down, what you're going to see is as I get down here and the club is parallel to the ground, as you look at the American flag, as you look at the flag stick here, you can see I'm crossing the T here. That would not be a crossed T, and that would not be a crossed T in the spot. That would be too much lag that would lead to that coming through. That would be no lag, which leads to the flip, which I just demonstrated. We see this one a whole lot more than we see this one on the practice tee. So as you come down, you want to look at your videos and see yourself crossing your tee right here. Hands are equal with my back leg, butt of the club is equal at the start of my back leg, and the shaft is parallel to the ground, and it matches my toe line. Now, once we've crossed the tee, it's important we dot the I because that's that critical moment. That's that impact position. Impact, 0.0048 of a second is the most critical thing. So we got to be sure we do it just right. So let me bring a ball in here. I've got one here in my tool belt. So let's put a ball down in front of us, and we're going to cross the T and dot the I. So watch how we do this. I'm going to go to the top. I'm going to come down. There I am crossing the T. So right here I've got the T crossed. Now I want to dot the I. So when I come to impact, I'm dotting the I. So if the golf ball is the dot of the I, you can see it looks like a dotted I here. That would not look like the letter I. That would not look like the letter I. I want this club to come down and line up right there at impact like I'm dotting the I perfectly. So keep in mind, cross the T and dot the I. One way to do this when you're out practicing is take your alignment stick and stick it right in the ground in front of you, right here, just like this. So I've got my alignment stick right there. Let me grab one other club. So I'll do it two-handed. Here's my alignment stick right in front of me. It's well away from the ball. It's a perfect straight up and down line. So as I come down, there I am. I cross the T, and now as I turn to impact, bang, I dot the I, and I try to make these two shafts match. If you can dot your I and cross your T, actually, other way around, cross your T and dot your I, you know what? You're probably going to clean up your approach to impact and your impact position because remember, it's the moment of truth. We got to get this dot the I position just right, but you got to cross the T first to have a chance to dot that I. Well, sometimes things in golf are outside of our control. Well, maybe a lot of it's outside of our control. One of those things is golf course maintenance. And one of the things your maintenance crew has to do is they have to aerify the greens. It's important for the health of them and for making the surfaces as firm and fast as possible. So these greens have been punched a couple weeks ago. They've grown back in. They're really close to being perfect and right back where they are. But the question is, how do you putt good on these greens? Because as a tour player, I've putted on them before and I've putted well. Here's my 2 tips to help you putt well on punched greens. Number 1, focus on what you're going to do in front of you. There's no need to look up. You can't control it once you hit it. If it's going to bounce, it's going to bounce. So focus on making a good stroke, keep your head down, and then eventually look for the ball. So it'll look like this. I'm going to get set up. I'm going to get my aim, get myself set up to where I want to, and I'm going to focus on doing what I want to do in front of me, and then looking up after I hit it. I'm going to look up late, get there. Ooh, almost went in. Once again, I'm focusing on right here in front of me. I'm not looking up. I can't control it if it bounces. I'm going to play a little more break this time. Get set up, focus on a good stroke in front of me. Look up late, turn in there, baby. Almost. Another good stroke. Now, tip number 2. When they aerify greens, you see lines of dots, don't you? Lines of dots. Don't let them influence you where you aim. Focus on the read of the putt. So if I walk up and I aim point this putt, and I get my aim point read, okay, it's a 1, so I'm going to hold up one finger, get my 1 finger read. That's right where I've been aiming. Or if I'm looking at it and reading it, either way, don't let the rows of lines direct you where you want to go. Stick to what you see or what you feel in your aim point read. Get in there, get set, trust it. I'm going to trust my line I've seen. I'm going to focus on doing what I need to do in front of me. I'm going to hit the putt, and it's going to miss a little to the right. But you know what? I focused in front of me. I trusted my line, and I hit good putts. You do that, and some of these putts will go in because you're not so worried about what's happening that you can't control. Strano. Rob Strano. I'd like medium vodka, a dry martini, shaken, not stirred. And I need a golf ball. Pop culture segment, shaken, not stirred. I've got an interesting thing here in pop culture that I learned with a player the other day in a lesson. Watch this video of his shaking hands as he's trying to get a golf ball on a tee. Now, I've got some players that have these shaky hands that I deal with. They tend to be more senior in age, and they're trying to figure out how to get the ball on the tee. And as you can see, it was almost like he was throwing the ball on the tee and hoping to land it on there. So what you see is you have these 2 different kinds of tees. I'm going to tell you about this one second, but a normal tee is really tiny on the end. So the new ones almost look like a little molar, like I pulled it out of my tooth and then put a golf ball in it. And it can get tough to get the ball to balance on there and get it to stay, especially if you have shaky hands. Well, they make these new tees. They're called martini tees. They're really cool, but you can see how much bigger they are. It's easy to get the ball on there and get it to stay. So these martini tees, if you have shaky hands, if you have a hard time balancing a ball on a regular tee, look for these big, and they almost look like suction cup tees. Get one of these and see if it helps it just be an easier thing for you to tee up your ball when you go play. Now stay tuned. We got some more fun stuff coming here on the Golf Kingdom, faster than 1 swing and 1 putt. Alexa, open Golf Kingdom.
Welcome to Golf Kingdom. Here's your golf tip of the day.
Welcome to the Golf Kingdom. I am your host, Rob Strano, and here is today's Pro Pointer.
Alexa, stop. If you want more pro pointers from me via your Amazon-enabled skill at the Golf Kingdom, be sure to go there and enable it. Every day I give you a new tip free with your Amazon-enabled device. So enable the Golf Kingdom and you'll get a tip from me, your host, Rob Strano, every day. Okay, it's time for Just Hot Air, where we talk about the myths and misconceptions of golf. And I've got a quick one for you. It's the myth and misconception of the putt will break towards the water. Now I've got a big body of water over here on this side. I've got a cup down here. I'm going to putt this way, so the water's going to be on that side. This ball should do what? According to the myth, everything breaks towards the water. Well, this putt should break towards the water. So I'm going to aim out to the right and predict that it will break towards the water. Where's it going to go? Whoa, wait a second. Where you going, ball? That ball broke away from the water. Watch it again now. I'm going to aim left this time. Let's see where this putt breaks. Look at it break away from the water, right back in the cup. Boom. So myth and misconception that the ball will break towards the water, because you know what? They built this green with a bulldozer. They can shape it any way they want. And you know what? They shaped it to slope away from the water. So this has been It's Just Hot Air, brought to you by our friends at Executive Air. Be sure to visit them for all your air conditioning, heating, and refrigeration needs. Come on, jump down in the bunker with me here. Yeah, the bunker, the kitty litter, the sand pit. This is a place of mystery sometimes for the player, because you don't understand how this club face point and how this club face works in the bunker. You know, you got to lay it flat, you got to lay it open, but when you do that, that face point's way over there, and it makes you think that the ball's going to go over there. So now you start turning this way, and your error is you're pointed that way, and the face is pointed right, and we're blading it and hitting all kinds of crazy shots. Now remember what we've talked about here in the Golf Kingdom in the past. We hit the ball out on a cushion of sand. We don't want to hit the ball first. So if the ball's coming out on a cushion of sand, the ball will fly where the sand goes. So I'm really not hitting the ball somewhere. I'm hitting the sand somewhere. So let's look at the error. If I open the face, so I'm going to go with this flag here. I'm going to open the face. It's pointed over there. So if I swing through and I hit the ball first, oh, there goes the ball over there, down the fairway, way, way down there. Boy, that's no good. But that went where the face is pointed because I hit the ball first. Remember, I'm not trying to hit the ball in the sand. I'm trying to hit the sand in the direction I want the ball to go. So now the face is over there again. I'm set up good. Now I'm just trying to hit the ball and the sand in the same direction straight ahead, like that. Look at that. That goes right at the flag. That's going to spin down there. I'm going to just make it, guys. Pretty darn close. That's not too bad a shot. But I just focused on hitting the sand straight ahead, not worrying about where the ball went. I'm just trying to make the sand go that way. So get in the bunker. Don't take a ball. Get in the bunker and hit the sand and see where it goes. See, that sand went right at the flag. Turn this way. Hit the sand over there. Turn this way. Hit the sand over here. And then get back in there. Aim it at your target and try to hit the sand straight ahead at your target. That's 2 in a row going right at it. This one's going to run down there too. Look out, gang. Almost 2 tap-ins in the sand, because you know what? I just hit the sand towards my target and the ball followed the sand. Hopefully this relieves a little bit of the mystery of what do you do in the bunker. Well, we're right back where we started for a special KISS segment. Keep it simple, Strano. Mwah. Something simple about golf to help your game. And we're back at the bag drop. Yeah, I just pulled up here earlier to start the show, and now we're right back here. I've got my bag out of the car, and this is where it gets interesting when you show up at a great course like Kelly Pine.
Strano, how's it going?
Hey, Travis, good to see you today.
You too. Can I get you loaded up on a cart?
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, buddy. So outdoor personnel, they show up, they grab your bag, they greet you, they make it easy for you to go park your car. You don't have to lift your bag. They get you loaded on the cart. Now the question is, hey, wait, come on back, Travis. Now here's the question. Do you tip these guys? So standard tip, $5 on the way in.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. $5 on the way out, because when you get done, they're going to clean your clubs. They're going to get you back up here to bag drop. They're going to make it an experience that you'll never forget, and they're going to help you move around without having to lug your bag around. Now, the beverage cart girl, let's not forget about her. You tip her when you get a drink, but if you don't get anything, be sure at the end of the day, if it's her last call, or if you haven't got anything, it's the last time you're going to see her, give her a buck or two for being here and driving around and being available for you. These little tip things, these are keep it simple, Strano things to help you with your golf game or with just your golf experience. Well, we're here on the practice tee, and we're going to start a new series. Yes, a fun series, as always, Golf Kingdom fun, on things you can use at the golf course to help your game. Something like the bag stand here, or maybe if your cart's got a cooler on it, or the sand bottles. We've got a big long list of things we're going to bring to you every new show on the Golf Kingdom, where it's things you can use when you go play or practice right there at the golf course to help your game. So let's talk about how can the bag stand help your game. So let's get the club back in the bag, get the golf bag out of the way. Most of your courses have these nice bag stands in them, you know, for you're on the practice tee to put your bags in. But how can you use that to tune your game up maybe before you go play, or how can you use it when you're practicing to make sure you've got the right feel? We're going to use the bag stand to fix a backswing move that I'm always working on with my players. It's when you go back, does this knee wobble out and this hip wobble out when you swing and cause you to get reversed at the top of your swing? A real common move in golf. We don't want the hip and knee going that way. We want it staying strong here, staying in as we shift over this leg going back. So strong legs and this piece moving over here. Now, so if I get in the bag stand here, and I get in the bag stand, I got it this way. Actually, we're going to turn the bag stand around. We're going to turn it backwards this way. There we go. I got the bag stand this way. I can get my foot and leg in here. Now I'm kind of pinned in the bag stand. When I go back, I can't move it. If I move it, I'm bumping into it, and you know what? That hurts my ankle right there, rubbing up against my ankle. So if I get in there and make the wrong move, ow, that's really hitting me hard on the ankle when I do it wrong. So the move I want to make is I'm pinning the bag stand here. I'm going to cross my arms. I'm going to bring my shoulders over the bag stand and keep this from bumping into it. So the move looks like this. Now I'm getting back, I'm loaded strong into this trail leg right here, and I haven't run into the bag stand because I got myself kind of pinned in it. So take your bag stand, kind of figure out how can you maneuver and get yourself in there where you're locked down a little bit. Cross your arms, you don't need a club. And let's get the feel of how do I shift into my trail side here. It's kind of like throwing a ball. I'm moving that way. How do I shift into this and get loaded behind it, and use something that's at every golf course on the practice tee, your bag stand, and help it train you to make the right move, whether you're practicing or getting ready to go play.
You struggle with your hands being too active when you putt? Well, Fusion Dynaline Training Aid is what you need to putt better. It clamps on your putter, you drop your alignment stick in the training aid, you put the training trident on the top of it, and then it touches your body and locks your stroke in place. It's impossible to wiggle your hands. Get Fusion Dynaline to control your stroke. Visit fusionputting.com, place your order, and get free shipping today.
Well, one of the really cool things about golf is technology and gadgets, and one that most everybody's got now are these laser rangefinders. Yeah, these really cool things that you just hold them up, zoom, you zap a target, and you get the exact yardage there. But the question is, are you using it right, or are you messing it up? I'm going to help you troubleshoot the right way to do this. Let's talk about the wrong way to do it right now. So I've got a shot into the green here. I'm going to laser my yardage. So I walk up to the ball. I zip the yardage to the flag. There we go, 136. I've got 136 yards to the flag. My work's done. I got it. So I take the laser, I put it down, I get into my routine, I walk in, I aim my shot. I'm going to aim it at the flag, 136. Let's make a good swing to the flag here. Good shot. Oh, it's right at it. Boy, I hope this is the right yardage. Get up there, baby. Ooh, good shot in there. So 136, I hit it. But the question is, did I have enough information there? So that flag is just on the front of the green. I need more information, really. If I'm a tour player, I'm not just going off of 136. I'm not like a dog chasing a stick. Well, there's the flag. Zip, there's the number. Go get the flag. No, I want some more information. So if you're playing with me, I'm not only going to laser the flag, but I'm going to laser the front edge of the green and try to get a rough number there. So let me laser the front edge of the green here. Front edge of the green, 136 flag, 130 front. So I know I've got to have a club that will go at least 130 yards to get on the front of the green, because the front of that green drops off. So you might need to laser right over the edge of a bunker or over the edge of a lake. Don't just laser the flag. You can get quick numbers with this. In a matter of a few seconds, you can get what it is to the flag, what it is to carry the bunker, what it is to hit it over the lake, what is it to the top of the ridge, the bottom of the ridge on the green. Laser as much as you can and see if getting all that data doesn't help you on the course hit better shots that don't end up short of the green or in the water or in the front bunker. Well, that was a really big fish, and this is a really big club, and it's our big fish segment. Yes, it's where I use the really big club to show you something really big to help your game. We're going to talk about chip shots and pitch shots, and something that players struggle with, and maybe you need to think differently about it. So when you hit a pitch shot or chip shot and you blade it and you hit it with the edge of the club and it goes racing across the green, we got to talk about what happens here with the big club and hitting this edge. So first, let me hit you with a quiz. Okay, just pretend like this is your 54-degree wedge. So the red dot is the sweet spot of the club. The leading edge is right here. If this is 54 degrees right in the sweet spot, how many degrees of loft are on the leading edge? I'll give you a second to think about it. 54 degrees here, how much is right there? Well, if you answered 0, you're correct. This is like hitting with the edge of a butter knife. There's no loft there. So we're hitting the ball with the edge of this, and the ball's skidding and racing and just flying across your green or your target. Now, let's explain what we need to do and explain what's going on. When you're coming down and trying to help the ball in the air by scooping it like this, you can see how that red ball is moving in odd direction on the face. So you're trying to scoop it and help it in the air and not use the 54 degrees of loft. You're actually trying to use the edge. So as the club's coming down, you want to keep that center spot, that red ball, moving right into the white golf ball. When you go backwards and try to help it in the air, look at the sweet spot, the red ball moves away and the leading edge comes in, and there's your 0 and there's your line drive. So big fish, think about it. When you're trying to hit a pitch or a chip, as you come down, hit it with the sweet spot in the loft and don't make the sweet spot go backwards and catch it with the leading edge of the club. One of my great memories in golf is playing twilight golf, being out there as the sun comes down and it gets dark, and you're just by yourself playing, and it's just you and the golf course, and it's quiet and it's peaceful. And I've got an image here on the 60-inch screen I want to bring up of twilight golf. Look, you can see the sun's coming down. There's no shadows because the sun's getting right behind the treetops, and you're just out there. Maybe it's so dark you're hitting a shot going, I think that went up the right side, but I'm not sure. And you get up there and there it is, and you felt it just right because it's getting dark and you can't quite see the ball the whole way. Now, when I was little, I was dropped off at the golf course. I was out there all day, and then I was picked up at this time of day on my dad's way home from work. And one of my memories is my dad, this is the 18th hole at the course I grew up, my dad would be standing by the flagpole there as I'd be coming up the hill on 18, and I could just see the silhouette of him waiting for me because he knew I was out there playing, and he knew I'd be coming up the 18th hole. So he'd be up there waiting for me to get done, and then we'd go home and have dinner. So I have great memories of being out there. And we get wrapped around playing golf, at these 9 and 18 hole numbers. So there's a picture of me and my dad to bring up of him with me, and those 9 and 18 hole numbers. And he and I'd be out there at dark too playing, making great memories. But sometimes you don't have time to play 9 and 18. At my home course, you can actually play 10, 11, 8, and 9. I call it the horseshoe. They make a horseshoe right back to the clubhouse. My home course, we had lots of different ways to move around the course and play 4 holes, 5 holes. So maybe, just maybe, when you get done with work, look for an opportunity to play some twilight golf. Look for that little 4-hole, 3-hole, 5-hole routing. Get out there and play some golf late at night and enjoy the sun coming down and the peace and serenity of the golf course. Well, as we close the show, me and our new cast character, the Caddyshack gopher here, want to go into Stranotes and recap what did we talk about. So Stranotes, we started off with build it. We talked about cross the tee and dot the I for better downswing and impact. After that, I went out on the golf course and it was about putting on airified greens. 2 tips or tricks to help you putt better when the greens are punched. After that, I threw us in the bunker and I told you the ball will go where you hit the sand. So remember, in the bunker, the ball flies where you hit the sand, where the sand flies. After that, we talked about how do you properly use your rangefinder. Yeah, don't just get one number, get a bunch of numbers with your rangefinder. And then the big fish segment was how to avoid those bladed chips by controlling the sweet spot. Thanks again for joining us here in the Golf Kingdom. And to see all our shows, be sure you add our Roku and Amazon Fire TV channels. Also, if you have an Alexa device, ask Alexa to download the Golf Kingdom, and you'll get tips from me, Rob Strano, your host, every day. Thanks again for being here with me in
You wanted it, you got it. It is a special tropical storm edition on course in the Golf Kingdom. So you know what? You've decided, I don't think the hard stuff's going to come down for quite a while now. And you've played on. You're on the course. The tropical storm's blowing through. We got standing water everywhere. And you decided this standing water's not in the way. I'm going for it. And you blast driver down there, but you don't clear the water. You're in the water. And you know what? In golf, you play it as it lies. So you're going to play it as it lies in the water. Now, if you're playing it as it lies and you've got like a rubber duck you're hitting, it doesn't matter how deep the water is. It could be shallow, and I can hit the rubber duck out. Or I could be back here where it's deep. Doesn't matter. If it's a rubber ducks are floating, I can get the rubber duck out of the water. But how much water is too much? Well, let's find out. So let me throw a ball down here. So I can see about a quarter on top of the ball. There's a quarter there. I'm going to hit it like a bunker shot. Oh, yeah, that came out nice. That ball's like 50, 60 yards down the fairway. So let's back up a little more. So let's back up here. I can't quite see a quarter. Maybe I can see a dime on top of the ball here. Same thing, I got to hit it. Be aggressive. That one came out, oh, maybe half as far, maybe 25 yards. Now let's get back here. Okay, I'm throwing a couple balls down in here. Uh-oh, I can't see any of the top of the ball. The question is, can I get it out? So I got to be aggressive. I got to aim behind the ball. I got to swing. Oh, I got it out. It went about 10 yards. Let's back up. I'm getting it out. Oh, this looks bad. This is like 3 inches under the water. Can I get it out? Aiming way behind it. Oh, I just rolled it out of the bunker. If I got another one, I got 2 more here. Let's keep getting deeper. So I got them out. I keep getting them out. These are getting deeper in here. There's a little hole I'm standing in. I'm not sure if I can get that one. That one came out. Okay, this is my biggest challenge. I'm deep in the water here. So you can see how much that club's underneath to the ferrule. I'm that deep in the water. Can I get it out of here? Oh, that didn't quite get out. More swing. Okay, I got that one out. So, you know what? You don't think the hard stuff's going to come down for quite a while. I'd keep playing. Keep playing. Just know what to do when you get in these unusual water hazards that weren't there when you normally play the course.